Good morning, everyone. This is our Stoichiometry project for the second semester, done by Raneen Haytham, Kamila Khalid, Samar Jibawi, Sarah Firas, and Jana.
Good morning, my name is Sarah, and first I'm going to talk all about the rocket. The materials we use to create a sturdy body are cardboard, sandpaper, epoxy glue, plastic cups, PVC tube, spray paint, gas relief pills, PVC coupling, PVC riser, and a motor mount. Since we were not able to provide high-quality resources, unfortunately, the theoretical shape of the rocket didn't end up as planned. But overall, it was a successful project and a great experience.
Good morning, my name is Kamila and I'll be talking about two parts today. About the rocket, materials for the fuel, PVC tube, potassium nitrate, table sugar, and clay. This part was the first thing we did after gathering all the products that we needed. We planned a blueprint of the project in our mind and started cutting the tubes to their sizes, which was 20 inches. We then filed down the tubes with sandpaper and paid attention to detail of the ends to get them on the perfect shape and to make them better and smoother so that the parachute can pop off easily of the rocket.
Good morning. My name is Samar and I'll be talking about the making of the rocket. First of all, this process consisted of several major steps. Number 1. As my teammate Kamila said, filing down the plastic cups and cylinders was the first step of fulfilling a smooth surface for the parachute to pop off the rocket wedding. Number 2. Then, we gently cut the cylinders into the required sizes, 20 inches for the large PVC and 3 inches for the polyvinyl chloride fuel. Number 3. After that, we printed out the templates for the detailing and wings of the rocket body in order to trace them down and cut them. Number 4. Later, we spray painted the cutout parts individually into various colors, specifically red, blue, and silver. Number 5. Soon after that, we marked out the spacings and measurements before gluing down the wings. Number 6. We recycled an old pen cylinder and cut it, and then attached it to the rocket for the metal stick to go through it. Number 7. Lastly, we put everything together by attaching the parachute and laying down the base.
Good morning. I'm Raneen Haytham, and I'm going to talk about making the fuel. At first, we placed the PVC on a smooth surface, such as a block. Then, we added the clay inside the PVC tube and compressed it as much as possible using a wooden cylinder. After that, we added the potassium nitrate and sugar and compressed it as well to avoid air and space particles between the fuel particles so that they would be touching to give us the best and maximum result. We added sugar because both potassium nitrate and sugar together make heat and the heat excites the metal filings, causing them to be oxidized and emit light. A mixture of sugar and potassium nitrate is a good rocket fuel as it represents the reaction of solids, which are sugar and potassium nitrate, to form the gases carbon dioxide and water. After that, we added the clay again and compressed it tightly. Then, when the fuel was almost ready, we made a dent in the center of the clay using a metal key by twisting and pushing it at the same time. This hole allows for a higher burn rate to increase thrust.
Good morning, my name is Sarah, and today I'm going to talk all about the fuel. The major challenge in our project was actually finding the perfect fuel, since we were not allowed to apply any direct heat or any liquids to the fuel's components. Therefore, we tried creating our own by using or by combining different solid materials and compounds such as potassium nitrate and sugar. These two components are well known for heating up and performing a gas made up of carbon dioxide and water whenever they react, causing or forcing our rocket to launch. Usually, this simple fuel is not preferable to be used in very dangerous or in serious experiments as it only launches a certain weight. That's why we tried limiting ourselves with very light materials such as a light PVC in our rocket. As we can see here, Americans use this fuel, usually called the eye candy, to pop the fireworks in 4th of July celebrations. And finally, about the theoretical shape of the rocket. Unfortunately, since we were not able to provide high-quality resources, the physical shape of the rocket didn't end up as planned.
Morning. My name is Jana and I will be talking about the process of creating the rocket's parachute. Firstly, I would like to mention that this was the easiest and most fun part to do alongside the spray painting, but it was the most detailed and precise as well. In order to have a perfectly functioning parachute, we needed the right measurements and materials, which were tablecloth, elastic rope, sewing threads, and fishing barrel swivels. We made sure to add this small detail to our rocket so that it could be reusable, since the parachute allows the rocket to land safely and without any harm. We had to be precise with our materials so they could all suit each other and not be too heavy or too light for the tablecloth, and make it usable yet appropriate. Secondly, we had two options for the rocket wadding, which were soaking tissues in baking soda and drying them out and then use them as the rocket wadding, or the opposing choice that we plan to do since it is environmentally friendly, which was using lettuce as the rocket wadding to pop the parachute.
Moving on to the rocket base, we had a lot of difficulties cutting down the plank because we had a huge one that we couldn't cut by ourselves, and it was the hardest part of the whole project. For coloring, we used colors that would look good together, and we actually spray painted the base in school because we wanted an open space and we couldn't do it at home because we weren't yet done the base. In the end, we finally got to cut the wooden plank, waited for the paint to dry, and then glued the smaller pieces to the bottom of the bigger plank so that we can make a stand. Lastly, we added the metal stick in order to attach the rocket to the base.
Throughout this project, we have learned about the importance of chemistry and stoichiometry and how to relate them in launching rockets. Scientists make careful measures of the percentages of every element in their mixtures in order to have the perfect fuel for the perfect launchings.
It was a tiring but effective project, which we had fun making, even if we faced some challenges, but overall, we learned how to be creative, informative, and most importantly, how to have fun.